So why do we face these challenges in our lives that we do? Let's talk about that one.
Be manly and the legends of humanity. Welcome to the fellowship of honorable men and women role models for boys and men, because you have the power to be a man in all its glory.
Hey guys, Randy here with The Living Adventure. Thanks for following along. So I learned a long time ago, when I was a child, that life was going to be challenging. This came to me quickly, probably because of my high sensitivity, although I didn't know I was high sensitive at the time. But I started to learn very quickly as a young boy that, if I didn't face challenges quickly and learn how to do that I was in big, big trouble. And one of the things that I learned in that process, and again, I'm a young child, right? So processing, how am I going to get out of this? And the one thing that I learned is that people don't like fear. They're afraid. And I was afraid. I was deeply afraid. And so I started a pursuit on chasing fear, going to places that most other people were afraid to go. And that was my escape. But not realizing in that process of hiding in the places other people feared, I was going to face some challenges. And there's a reason that they feared those places. And so I taught myself how to handle those challenges by facing those fears. And the drive behind it was to escape the fear of what was behind me, the thing that I knew that out there was attacking me. And so the reason we face these challenges in life is to grow, is to become stronger, is to become more resilient to the way the world is and to these nasty people out there that want to do us harm. And so I entered into a life of adventure, and a lot of people are afraid of that. And I get that. You don't jump into things lightly. You gotta work into it slowly. But as we do that, as we face each challenge incrementally, we become stronger. We become more educated. We become wiser. And when a new challenge comes up to us, we are better prepared to handle it. And so now what happens is that those that have gone out there and really challenged themselves in the world, is, gone on these incredible adventures and faced the fear of life, when they come back to the realities of the world and they talk with other people who are facing challenges, they're better equipped in helping these people overcome their challenges because they've experienced them long ago and multiple times. Now, I'm not saying that they're the same, because everybody faces challenges on a different level and a different perspective. But by offering some advice, by offering some valued wisdom, some education, it may just help those people that are trying to work their way through these challenges that they're facing. Life without challenges would be pretty boring. It really would. I mean, how many people do you know when you sit and have a conversation with them, they talk about the weather, they talk about their pets, or they talk about their plants? And sorry, Mom. The reality for these people is that life is pretty mundane. They have nothing else to talk about. And then you have the people that had challenges in their life way back when, a couple of them. And then they decided, no more. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going out there and I'm not going to face any more challenges, real challenges. And so what happens is they literally regurgitate those same experiences over and over and over again. And so when you're sitting with them, then there's a repetition of those same stories. And that's all they have. They have no other stories to tell, just the same couple of stories. And that then loses them friendships and relationships, because people get tired of that. I've heard this, like I could tell that story myself kind of idea. And you want to be kind and you want to be caring and empathetic to them and sit there and listen. But at some point in time, you just sit there going, you know what, I literally have heard this a million times. Have we got nothing else to talk about? So this is challenge. Challenge is about going out there and creating new stories in your life, new exposures. And let's face it, most challenges, what we tell the people that we are sharing this challenge with, or the story about that challenge with, is about the adversities that we've overcome. It's not about the highlights. It's about these adversities. So challenges in our life are important, but do it incrementally and do it with guidance. And, you know, a lot of the trips that I've gone on, I hired guides to take me through these jungles and you know, into these dangerous dive spots because they've been there before. And you wouldn't go into those places without having a guide. Other places you feel more comfortable with because you now have the experience and you're there to investigate to see what else you can gain out of it. So yeah, challenges are important, folks, and don't not have challenges in your life. In fact, I encourage you to try to go out there and seek some in an incremental way, though. I hope this one helps.
Before you go, you're invited to continue the Be Manly and the Legends of Humanity journey. Subscribe to our YouTube and become a patron, where you can become a courageous crusader, a wise warrior, a daring dynamo, and even an ascending avenger. Here you'll find all the tools to become a man in all its glory. We're honoured to walk side by side with you on this extraordinary adventure. Together, we're unleashing the full power of manhood, creating a better world for everyone.